Welcome once again to this channel, and today we will learn further. We'll continue with our discussion on shrubs, and after that we'll go to the new topic. So we will proceed further. So as we have learned previously that what is shrub. Shrub is a woody or semi-woody perennial plant with a little or no trunk, and it grow up to a height of how much centimeter? 50 centimeter, or to less than 4 meter. And we all know what was the main purpose of planting shrubs. Okay, that is to enhance the beauty of the surrounding, to provide fragrance in the garden, right? Fragrance, that is the flowering shrubs. Okay, because in shrubs also there are flowering and non-flowering, and it acts as also a boundaries of property line, and it also secure privacy for the family, like especially when we plant this type of shrub, that is a screen type of shrubs. Okay, very like it grows like tall, and then like it also divide the different areas of furthers of the features, okay, of the features in the garden. Okay, like the features, what is the features, like this one, the ponds, and then the bridges, okay, and then even the path, the walk path and all. So, and it reduce the wind, it control the traffic, it reduce soil erosion. Okay, so these are some really important, like it also conserve moisture. These are some important like purpose of planting shrubs in the garden. So we are coming to the next, that is the selective. Okay, the selective of shrubs. So how you going to do the selection? Okay, so the selection of shrubs, it depends on what? Firstly, the availability and duration of sunlight at the site of planting. Availability, it's really important, availability of sunlight at the site of planting. Okay, and even the height and spread of the plant should be keep in mind. Like you have to see that how much height it will grow, how much it will spread, because shrubs are mainly it used to spread, right? And it hide the trunk, like you can't see the stem, right? And then the utility of plants for foliage or flowers, and it should be deciduous or evergreen. And then color of flowers, accordingly you have to plan, like there should be unity, there shouldn't be mixture of color, right? मिक्सचर नहीं होना चाहिए कलर पे, एक प्रकार का कलर होना चाहिए. अगर एवरग्रीन shrubs है तो you have to plant in that area only evergreen in that side. If it's color flower, so on one side you should see the color of the flowers and even the fragrance, and its season, the seasons of the flowering. Okay, season kab hai flowering ka and all. So these are some important point to remember when you do the selection of the shrubs. Okay, so now we'll come to the next. So next is the propagation. So propagation, okay, you all have heard this word again and again about propagation. Okay, so mostly shrubs are propagated by what? From cuttings. Okay, so cuttings, and some by layering, that you already learned what is layering. Okay, and then some from seed. Okay, from seed, and then so like here the example I have given. And even budding or grafting is done in some delicate shrubs such as camellia and flowering cherries. So the first picture, that is the propagation done from seed. Okay, like you plant in a nursery way of plantation. Okay, and then in that nursery tray, and after that you grow it. Okay, you grow it, and after it grows to like a proper height, then you plant it on the you can plant it in your garden. Okay, and then here there is one example of this one, delicate shrubs, that is camellia, and the last is flowering cherries. Okay, so here the propagation that is done, that is budding or grafting in camellia and flowering cherries. So you have to remember this. And even layering also, it's really important. Like you can do layering also. in this propagation. Okay, propagation, layering is also good while propagating the shrubs. And then even cuttings also, it's good. Okay, you can do cuttings also. Okay, so these are some important points to remember. Now we'll come to the planting scheme. So shrubs are mainly planted in 3 ways in a garden. Okay, and before this 3 ways, we all have to keep in mind that planting scheme, yeah, like why nowadays they are doing this shrubs and all. Like I have already discussed with you the major purpose, of planting shrub: to enhance the beauty, to provide fragrance in the garden, that is the flowering shrubs, and then to act as a boundary or to give privacy, okay, to for the family, and even to reduce the wind, to control traffic, to reduce soil erosion, to conserve this one moisture and all. So these are some important like purpose for planting of shrubs. So now when you plant it, okay, you have to keep like there are 3 ways, okay, that you can do that planting. That is, the first is in the form of shrubberies, So in this form, you can see here, in the first picture I have given an example, okay, of in the form of shrubberies, how it will look. Okay, so in the form of shrubs, they are grown on a long strip of land where taller shrubs are grown at the back, medium in the middle, and dwarf in the front. It's like medium, and then dwarf, like a taller one you grow at the back. Okay, like it form like a screen. Okay, वो screen की तरह form होता है जो taller वाला है, मतलब जो back में है, like which is grown at the back. And after that comes the medium, and then after that comes that medium is in the middle, and the dwarf, that is the short one. You can see here in the second pics also there is, okay, there is an example, that is in the second one, that is as a this one demarcating and screening plan. Okay, shrubs such as bougainvillea, okay, and then nightshades, etc., are used to demarcate path and to hide private and unwanted places in a garden. So they are like tall, long screening plan. Okay, so it can be used, it can be grown in this way. And lastly, as a specimen plan. Specimen, so from the word specimen only you understand that they grow it for specimen, and if you want to grow it in like a different place, you can take it out from there and you can grow it to another. So here, to make a center of attraction, shrubs are grown as specimen plan single. Okay, single, it's not like plant in so many, but it's plant single or in one row, या फिर बस एक ही रो में you can do the plant along the border of the garden or walls. Okay, so these are some important like ways in a garden to plant shrubs. So now we'll come to the next, that is the planting steps of planting or maintaining of shrubs. Okay, so firstly you have to keep in mind about the distance between shrubs depend on what, on the size of the plants. So according to the size of the plant, you have to make the distance. Okay, you have to see the distance between the shrubs. Okay, like shrub to shrub, like how much distance should be there. And then like tall and bushy shrubs are planted at what distance? 1.5 to 2.5 meter. Okay, that is for tall and bushy shrubs. They are planted at a distance of 1.5 to 2.5 meter. And dwarf shrubs are planted with less spacing at a distance of 0.5 to 1.5 meter. Okay, and second is that shrubs should be watered more frequently during the summer season. Okay, so shrubs should be watered more frequently in the summer season, as because slightly this one wilting may cause defoliation, and it can affect the plant growth. Okay, or the growth of the plant. So we have to keep that in mind, that watering is really important in this one, maintaining the shrubs. And even you have to see for the distance also, because if it will be too congested, then it won't what I'll say, like it won't look nice. Okay, even if you create the borders also, it will look like untidy, it won't look equal, it won't look like equal, and then in that unity and all, so it won't look balanced. So you have to keep that in mind, distance also. And the third is the thorough soaking to all plant is better than to sprinkle every day. Okay, that also it comes under the water only, that you have to make the soil, you have to make that plant like always like moist. Okay, so it is better than you sprinkle every day. And then number fourth is that shrubs should be manured during what? Rainy season. During rainy season. So frequently water should be done in the summer season. Always remember that. Okay, frequent watering, it's done during the summer season. And shrubs should be manured, or you have to add manure to the shrubs during what season? Rainy season, with well decomposed farmyard manure or bone meals or horse meal once or twice a year. Okay, once or twice a year. And then regular pruning and training should be done as and when required. Okay, so if you see that it is like the plant is growing frequently and all, you have to maintain it, you have to maintain it so that like it will look more attractive. So regular pruning and training, it is important. Okay, and then you have to take even the plant protection also, the plant protection measure. If any if any serious pest or disease, you have to see to it. Okay, so that there will be no pest or disease in the shrubs. And generally shrubs are quite hardy, they are quite hardy and are not attracted by many pests or disease. Like pests and disease are not that much attracted to shrubs. Okay, so that is one positive point, that it will be hardly affected by any pest or disease. So these are some like important illustration and some important like things to remember related to shrubs. Now we'll come to the next topic. Now we'll talk about the architecture of shrubs. So you can see here some of the example. So when you do the plantation of shrubs, so you have to keep this mind, especially as a landscaper or who is a like designer of a garden. You have to see the like which type of plant or which type of this one shrubs will be suiting to that area or that climatic condition. Like even to the roadside, which type of which type of this one shrubs you should plant. Okay, because nowadays you can see that in many states and districts, they used to plant in between the roads, they used to plant shrubs or trees. Okay, for what? For to consume the pollution. Okay, to reduce, so that the pollution might reduce. And then that is one thing, that what type or which varieties of shrubs should be planted. Okay, and then like of which character, because some shrubs they have this one spreading character, like the bushy and all. So some they are like growing like taller and all. Now so you have to keep all this thing in mind. And then accordingly, the architect who is doing the architecture, who is planting in the house or in the roadside, they have to keep this thing in mind, that what type, which shape, which characteristic of shrubs should be planted accordingly in that particular area, looking at the environmental condition, the soil and everything. So keeping all this thing in mind, he have to do the plantation. Okay, it is related to the architect. Okay, so the next topic that we're gonna discuss is related to climbers and creepers. When you hear the word climbers, you understand that it is that type of plant that climbs. Okay, so it have a climbing manner. So climber are a group of plant having weak stem and ability to climb up the support with the help of modified organ for sunlight and air. Okay, so they are mostly like group of plants which have very weak stem and the ability to climb up to support with the help of modified organs. Okay, so nature, it has equipped these climbers with different modified organs, like climbing up the support. They are like tendrils, hooks like thorns, rootless, and modified leaf stalk. You can see here the example I have given here. Tendrils like this one. The first one is Atigonon leptopus. Okay, this is one example of tendrils. And then second is thorn like hook like thorns, the Bougainvillea. Okay, or climbing rose, that is in the last I have put the example. And this one rootlets, the second one, it is Ficus ripon. Okay, the example that I've given is Ficus ripon. So these are like some important like things to remember. Okay, that is these are called the organ. These are called the organ, like modified organs. Okay, so this is so next we'll talk about the creepers. Okay, so what is creepers? Creepers are the plants which are unable to climb vertically. Okay, they are unable to climb vertically on their own because of their weak stem. They like usually have very weak stem, so it's really hard for them to climb. So like for example, I've given here the flower, the name of this creeper is morning glory. Okay, it's called morning glory. And then even one more, that is trailers. That it comes under this climbers only, trailers. Okay, after creeper. So trailers are also a bit similar to creeper, but they do not form any roots at their knots. Okay, they don't form any roots at their knot. So you have to keep that in mind. And these are some of the like definition, okay, some of the introduction of climbers and then creepers. Okay, so